All right, so I mentioned that we're an enterprise fund of the city. What that means is that, our accounts cannot touch the accounts of other city departments. The general fund is not accessible to us, but we do operate on the fees that we charge, the revenues that we have as an enterprise to do the services that we do to meet our mission. We cannot actually take money from the general fund, and as such, all of our revenues are dedicated to the mission of providing safe, reliable, economical water. There are no profits. All of the revenues go right back into the cost to operate the system.
I have gotten a number of questions from constituents about if rate increase goes through, where do those funds go? In other words, do they go to the city's general revenue, or are they kept in the water division? They are kept in the water division, are they not?
Correct. They'll support our operations and our capital work that we need to do going forward. So that system that we have, it does cover, approximately 65 miles of St. Louis. We have over 90,000 service connections that are active, over 20,000 valves, over 15,000 fire hydrants, and over 1,300 miles of water mains. We do operate on pressure zones in the city. This is to provide the level of service with water pressure, amongst the major elevation changes in the city. You can see those highlighted in that map there. We do have two water treatment plants as well. Chandler Rock's plant at the north side of the city, and then Howard Bend plant out in Chesterfield that services the city from the west. We also have two storage reservoirs that have over 125 million gallons a day, or 1 million gallons of capacity, approximately equal to 1 day's worth of pumped water that we have today. Next slide, please. So I mentioned, those two treatment plants. They produce 129 million gallons a day on average. Just for some context here, that's about 1/1000th of the flow of the Mississippi River. Then we have a lot of unfunded critical capital needs. These are the highest level needs within the division. It's significant. It's over $200 million.
I'm more on the side of buildings. I always refer to it as deferred maintenance is always a fancy word for neglect. Not to say that you've neglected the water infrastructure. You just haven't had the money to keep up. But what results when we defer a project is then we have a project that should have happened but didn't, and something else had to take priority. We're used to that in the city. We have to prioritize all sorts of things all the time. That bridge may be failing, but that bridge might be actively falling apart. So we have to fix that one before we can fix this one, that kind of thing. But I'm looking at the main breaks here, and I'm looking at the numbers. We're not quite finished with FY26 yet, but it's looking high. Do you think we're gonna set a new record for breaks?
It's tough to say, but we've been trending up, and so I'd say it's not unreasonable to expect that if we have a bad winter, we'll have more breaks this year. I know you're talking fiscal year, so I do think that it depends largely on the weather the rest of the year here, and to some extent just if we have a run of them or get lucky. But no, I do think that over the years we've been experiencing more and more. So yeah, we're continuing to have a lot of pressure due to the water main breaks.